A new show is coming your way. We have called it My Stock Scanner Live, powered by 3 Point Playbook. We will tell you a little bit about what you can expect of the show, what's going to be the contents of it. But let's start out fairly simple. Who are we? Who's the people behind it? I'm looking at three guys on my screen right now. Let's start with the guy up top right corner on my screen, Hans-Henrik Nielsen. Who are you?
Yes, I said my name is hans-henrik Nielsen. I've been trading stocks since 1987, before the internet and not the telephone, but the mobile phone were invented. I've been trading stocks, options, commodities, currencies, everything basically. And all of that experience we have pulled into what we call the 3 Point Playbook and my stock scanner today. And that's where I'm sitting.
Then we have Liam Flavel, who is, as you can hear, and we'll get into that in a minute why we do it in English, but little clue, you're from Ireland. But who are you?
I'm half Irish, half English, so you get the best of both worlds in that one, don't you? I've been building fintech companies for around 25 years or so, buying and selling them. I left UBS in the Swiss bank in last century, actually, which shows you just how bloody old I am. And I love shares and the financial side of the sector. I also really like developing the cutting edge tech, so I'm the brains behind the technology that goes on my stock scanner, and that's where sort of we've come on from there. I've traded pretty much everything in the last 20 years or so, 25 years or so, from options to futures to stocks to currencies, and some of the time I've actually seemed to be pretty good at it.
And then there's me at the end. My background is radio and television. I started out when I was 16 years old. No, Liam, it wasn't in 1688. There was nothing called radio back then, I can tell you. But I've been doing it for a bunch of years. I've done lots of programs on Denmark's radio, both radio and television. I've lived abroad for many years, 17 years, 5 in London, 12 in Los Angeles. Been all about film, TV, and radio and media in general. And I stumbled upon you two guys when I started to do a little bit on investing. And that's why I'm here. And I'm not afraid to ask the stupid questions, because you should ask or you will remain stupid. So I will be the one asking like a 5-year-old during the show. And speaking about that, I'm not sure that we have many 5-year-olds watching the show. But if you have any questions, we of course will take them in. And as you can hear, there's a reason why we are doing this in English. Um, Hans, we tried to learn Liam Danish and it didn't go too well.
It didn't go too well. So after a tough couple of months, we decided on the live show being in English. And that also had that benefit that we are now, or we do have quite a lot of foreign listeners and users of our platform. So the live show here will be aimed a bit more broadly than just on the Danish market. But we do have some solutions for that.
And Liam, we are doing subtitles and we are going to test the limits of AI in doing live translations as well.
We certainly are. So yeah, the subtitles will be available right from day one. They'll be available on YouTube now, and we'll be looking at adding in live voices for ourselves in our own voices as well at some stage when AI comes in and is effective for it. In the meantime, we'll be doing automatic voiceovers with maybe some other voices that you'll hear, but it'll be great.
And then the big question, what is it that we are doing? It's called MyStockScannerLive, powered by the 3 Point Playbook. People who are members, of course, are familiar with what that means. But Hans-Henrik, explain what will be contents of the show.
Well, basically everything related to the markets. We're trying to make it as investable as possible, but we will bring some news. It could be Trump making a cartoon of Powell, but it will also always be with the angle, what does it mean for the markets? How is that aimed at our investments or whatever we are doing with our money? So we will be touching on stocks, on the more macro, and if there are some big news that we think will move the markets and especially affect our money, we will be looking at it. We will try to have a focus on our 3 Point Playbook, where we look for quality stocks that has a great upside and then trying to time it as well as possible.
And Liam, as always, what you guys have been doing over the years is try to teach people what is going on and also how to invest. We're looking not only for an investable moment, we're looking for teachable moments.
Yeah, definitely, and I think a lot of our subscribers over the last couple of years have really learned, and we get a lot of stories coming in from our subscribers saying, "I've only just started investing," or "I've made some mistakes. I was down in the market earlier on in the year, and now I'm up X%, 5%. I'm in the green. I've made 20% this year. I've made 30% this year," and that's because they take on board what we say, and it's all common sense, sensible stuff. Nothing massively revolutionary, but we just hold people's hand to say, okay, if we do this again and again and again, it might seem really boring, but we can make quite a lot of money out of it.
And as said, there's a reason why I'm here, to ask the stupid questions. So in that sense, ask away. I promise it won't be more stupid than the question that I'm asking. So just write us basically, and the communication, we will be amping that up during the shows as we come more down the line. You can participate in so many ways. You can do comments on social media, use our website to ask questions at all time. Um, Big question, of course. One thing is when you see this video, maybe on our website, but how can you follow us? How can you watch the show, Liam? If you go to the
We've
technical side.
got mainly it's going to be focused on YouTube Live initially, so that's where everything's going to go out. You will also be able to watch it on Facebook, in our groups and on our homepage. You'll be able to watch the repeats on, and all the historical ones as well, on our main application on our platform, on the MyStockScanner system. And actually, one thing we're working on now is getting AI so you can actually ask questions about what we've said in the past, so that you can start sort of getting some information on what we've said in the past, and the words of wisdom from Hans-Henrik over all three of them over the last 2 to 3 months.
And one thing you also can do is take it as a podcast. You don't need to watch the three pretty faces of us all the time. It helps, I know, because we will be showing charge. It's not the faces I'm talking about here. But as a podcast, we'll try to describe what it is that we show once we're on screen. And a lot of you might listen as you on your way home from work, because we will be doing this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for now. We will do it at noon Central European time, 12 a.m. or p.m. depending on what side. What is it, Liam? I've been debating that with myself. Do you call it 12 a.m., 12 p.m.?
Noon.
Noon. Yeah, good answer. Reasonable, I
Easy.
think. Yeah, I think so too. Final question before we send you off from this little intro. Hans-Henrik, why should you watch this?
Yeah, that's a good question. What we hope to do is, first of all, save people a ton of time. Because what we are doing, Liam and I, all day long, is basically trying to find the good information and distill it for ourselves, but also sharing it with our members. So we hope to save people a ton of time, and of course also help them make some money. That can never be guaranteed in the market. But we're trying to cut through all the noise and give our own personal take on what is happening out there. We're picking stocks with a 3-point playbook, and we're trying to make it as short and distilled as possible, so people in 20-25 minutes can leave our show with some actionable knowledge.
And we will be streaming, as said, at noon every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday, Central European time. Are we up for it? Are we ready?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay. See you guys.